أشراف مطلوب وطالبه لله أكرام من يمشي على قدم. العلم نور مبين يستضيء به أهل السعادات والجهال في الظلم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. أما بعد, so we'll start, or we'll carry on from where we left off last session or last class. We obviously started revising again, right? We've done the muqaddimah, and we also studied Ashabu Thuluth, those people that are entitled to a third, and we studied their conditions. How many people are entitled to a third? Two people. Who are they? The and the akh. Excellent. Sisters, how many people are entitled to a rubu'? Fourth. Two. Who are they? Zawj and Zawja. And a thuman. Who's entitled to the thuman? The Zawja. Right, so today, inshallah, we'll complete this off. Those that are entitled to half, 2/3, and a sudus. Right? It's on page 20. When you look at the Mudhakkira, page 20. And also, inshallah, if we get time, which we should, we're going to go over to the Asaba. Right. With regards to the Thuluth, they are of how many people? Sorry, Nisf. How many people are entitled to half of the inheritance? 5. And who are they? Zawj, Bint al-Ibn, Ukht Shaqiqa, and Ukht Li'ab. Okay. So with regards to half of the wealth, okay? Pay attention, know that I'm saying, or the scholars, they say, half of the wealth. So we haven't divided anything up yet. So half of whatever is left. It could be a lot, it could be very little. Lakin, what we're talking about is, these people are entitled to half of whatever the deceased leaves behind. Right. There are 5 types of people. The husband, Zawj al-Mayyit, the husband of the person who's passed away. Bint, the daughter, the direct daughter of the person who has passed away. Right. So if it's the Zawj, who's passed away? The Zawja, the wife. If it's a Bint, who has passed away? Ab or It could be the Ab or the the Mayyit, the person that's passed away. When we say Bint al-Ibn, the daughter of the son. The daughter of the son. The daughter of the son. So for example, you've got Zayd. He's got a son called Ali. Jadda. And then you've got Hind. This is who Bint al-Ibn is. Hind. Bint, she's a daughter. Al-Ibn, daughter of the son. So for example, take Ali out of the equation. Let's say Zayd passes away. And he leaves behind a granddaughter of his from his son's side. That's who we're referring to when we say Bint al-Ibn. There's another Bint, like she's Bint al-Bint. Mathalan, let's say Zayd has a child called Salma. And she gives birth to a daughter called Hind. What's the relationship between Hind and Zayd? Zayd's passed away now. Salma passed away ages ago. Zayd, when he passes away, what's the relationship between Zayd and Hind? Bint al-Bint. She doesn't come into Ashab al-Furud. So she is not who we're referring to when we say Bint al-Ibn. So Bint al-Ibn is the daughter of the son. Also, Bint al-Ibn could be however down you go, however downwards you go. It could be Bint, Ibn, Bint, Ibn. It doesn't matter. As long as she is a daughter of a son. As long as she's a daughter of a son. Obviously, you're going to have to look at who's above her. Because that person may inherit, they may even block her. So she doesn't inherit in every case. Like we're going to study there, conditions in a minute. Like, and I want you to know who are these people that are being referred to when we say they get half. أخت شقيقة. أخت شقيقة. She is the full sister of the deceased. Sisters and brothers are of how many types? 3. There's أخت or even أخ. أخت شقيقة. That is the full mother. That is the full sister. Same father, same mother. And then there's the أخت لأب. She's the one that they share the same father. Different mothers, same father. Is that understood? Is that understood, yeah? طيب. And then there's the what? أخت لأم. طيب. أخت لأم. And the أخت لأم is your sister, but from your mother's side. Your half sister, or it could be your half brother, like him from your mother's side. So you share the same mother, but your fathers are different. Okay? Based on tribals, if you know how tribals work, which two are the same tribe normally, and which one is not? These two are often the same tribe because they share the same what? Father. And this one, unless it's a relative of theirs, is usually not. So she's the ukht shaqiqa. We're going to study the conditions. Like we're just trying to figure out who these people are. And the last person who inherits a half, okay, is the ukht shaqiqa, is the ukht li'ab. Your sister from your father's side. Not your full sister, your half sister, lacking from your father's side. Your father's other daughter. Right. Also, don't think that all of these people are going to inherit if they're all together. If they're all together, they're not going to inherit half. None of these inherit half with the other person, excluding the daughter. Excluding the daughter. Right. Now we're going to study the conditions for each person. The Zawj, how many conditions are there for him to inherit half of the wealth? 1. What is that condition? Adam Far'a Warith. Adam Far'a Warith. What did he say? Oh, yeah. Adam Far'a Warith. That there's no child of the deceased. That child might be his child or it might not be. It might be his child or it might not be. So his wife might have had another child from a previous marriage. That child is still included. Okay? That's why it says Adamu far'il warith lil mayyit. If you say lil mayyit, it might make it easier for you. So you might want to just add this in brackets just to make it easy for you, because you're talking about the person who's died, their children. Right. So the Zawj, if he passes away, or if a wife passes away, she leaves her husband with no children, he gets half of her wealth. Example, Zawj Ana Ab. For the Ab, leave him out for now. None of our business at the moment. The Zawj, what does he get here? Nisf. Why does he get Nisf? Because there's no child here. So if there was Ibn or Bint or Bint Ibn or Ibn or Ibn. If there was any of these people, would he inherit half? Why not? Because the condition is not met. The condition is not met. And based on that, if there was any of these, he would go to what? Ruba', which we studied last week, which is the lesser of his inheritance. So the husband, how many conditions are there? 1. As we go that way, there's going to be more conditions. And the more we move, the more conditions there are. طيب. How many conditions are there for the daughter to inherit? A half. طيب. 2. What is the first one? عدم المشاركة. عدم المشاركة. The lack of. So there can't be a sister of hers, a sibling. There can't be another sister of hers. If there is another sister of hers, it goes over to something else. She will get something, lakin just not half of the wealth. She'll actually get more. Lakin adam al-musharaka. So for a daughter, the first condition for her to inherit half of the wealth is that there can only be one of her. And the second condition is what? Adam al-mu'assib. طيب. Adam al-mu'assib, because you've already studied asaba, Adam al-mu'assib literally means there is no brother of hers. No brother of hers, not cousin, lakin there's no brother of hers. And because there's no brother of hers and there's no sister of hers, which is the first condition, it means she's what? She's alone. So مثلا, if you get a situation where you get bint and jadda, what does the bint get here? Nisf. And why does she get nisf? Because there's no brother of hers, and there's no musharaka, there's no sister of hers to take her away from the half, and there's no adamul mu'assib, there's no brother of hers to take her away from what? To take her away from the nisf. So in this sort of situation, she's going to get half. Right. What about if we say ibn? What will she get here? Half? No, she won't get half. She'll get something else, but she won't get half. Simply because the condition is not met. Likewise, if there was a bint here, she won't get half. She'll get something, but just not half. Right. So these are the two conditions. Adab al-mu'assib, yeah. Yeah, there's no brother of hers. La. How would it happen? No half brother of hers, you mean? La, half brother of hers, no. Half brother of hers won't block her from half. It has to be akh shaqiq, no full brother. Like in the other one gets, he becomes asaba. Mathalan, you're saying, how will it happen anyway? Huh? Isma. Listen, how many of you got half daughters and half sons and half daughters? That surah that you mentioned works with brothers and sisters. It can't work with children. No one's your half son. Huh? It can't happen. Who can give me a surah that it can happen?
No, I think it just means
مثلا لحظة لا مودود مثلا you're saying if it's her brother مثلا شوف زيد طيب he's got a daughter called Hind صح this wife is called give me Salma, yeah, that's her name. He's got one wife called Salma. Give me another woman's name. Zainab. He's got a wife called Zainab. طيب, son's name Ali. طيب. Zayd passes away. What does Zayd leave behind? Leave the wives out of it. What is out of the children? Son and daughters. طيب. So when Zayd when these people, what is the title that we're going to give them? When we're writing, you know, the Ibn, Dun, Bint, whatever. Ibn and Bint. So that half sister, half brother, all of that stuff only works with akhawat and ikhwa. And a'mam, obviously, your dad's full brother or whatever. Like it doesn't work with children. If anyone can figure out a surah that it works, then let me know. Because your children are never, they're either your children or not. طيب. Let's move over to the bint al-ibn. What's the first condition for the daughter, granddaughter? Adam al-musharaka. And the second is Adam al-mu'assib. طيب. There was a third condition لكن. نعم. Adam عدم فرع عدم فرع وارث عدم فرع وارث أعلى منها. The reason why I've highlighted it is because these two conditions are the same as these two conditions. Like in here, there's something zaid, which is different, which is أعلى منها. What does it mean أعلى منها? Someone who is higher than her. Someone who is higher than her. نعم. مثلا you've got جدة and bint ibn. If you look at this surah, the conditions are fulfilled. There's no musharaka, there's no sister of hers. There's no brother of hers. Yani ibn. There's no brother of hers. Okay? And there's no cousin of hers on the same level as her. There's no cousin of hers on the same level as her. طيب. مثلا, Zayd passes away. He has two children, Ali and Ahmed. طيب. Ali and Ahmed. I just want to clarify to you the cousin example. Ali and Ahmed are brothers, and they're brothers, right? طيب. Ahmed leaves behind a daughter. Ali leaves behind a son. Ali leaves behind a son. Ali obviously passed away. Zayd is the one that dies today. Zayd dies today. Hind, what is Hind's relationship with Zayd, sisters? Bint al-ibn. What is Yusuf's relationship with Ibn? طيب. In this case, they're on the same level. They're not brother and sister. They are what? First cousins. Their dads are brothers. So when we're given Zayd, when Zayd passes away and we're distributing his inheritance, these two both come into the equation. So this is Ibn and Bint Ibn. They both come into the equation. And they inherit the same. Not inherit the same, like they inherit because they're on the same level. They are on the same level. Is that understood? They're both inheriting Zayd. Don't forget, they're not inheriting Ahmed. They're not inheriting Ahmed. Nor are they inheriting Ali. They're inheriting their grandfather. So although they're cousins, but they are on the same level. Yes, لِذَكَرِ مِثْلُ حَظِّ الْأُنْثَيَيْنِ. Like nevertheless, he takes her away from having half. So he's not here. There's no Yusuf here. And obviously, there's no full brother of hers. مثلا, there's no brother of hers, مثلا called مثلا Hassan. There's no Hassan here. Hassan is the son of Ahmed. That's her full brother. صح? So in this surah that we've got here, for her to get half, there can't be a sister of hers and there can't be a mu'assib. There can't be a brother. So there can't be a Hassan and there can't be a Yusuf. Do you understand where that comes from? Where Yusuf comes from? Right. Hassan is pretty easy to understand because that's her brother. Lakin, you understand where her cousin comes from. The third condition is there can't be someone who is higher than her in inheritance. For example, Zayd, Ali, Hind. Right? Zayd, Ali, Hind. Zayd passes away. Zayd passes away. What is the relationship between Hind and Zayd? Bint Ibn. Zayd passes away today. Ali is still alive. Ali fits this description. Al-Far' al-Warith. He is a Far', he's offspring of, he's a descendant of who? Zayd. However, he's also higher than his daughter, obviously. So he's the one that takes all of the inheritance. Because he's higher than her. It's her grandfather that's passed away, like his son is still alive. So she doesn't inherit here. Is that understood? If it is a son, if it is a male who's the person that is higher than her, she doesn't inherit in any circumstance. There's no situation where she can inherit. Is that understood? However, if Ali has a sister called مثلا Aliyah, Ali has a sister called Aliyah. What is the relationship between Ali and Zayd? Bint. Excellent. Bint. So here, she's also a warith a'la min. She's higher than who? She's higher than Hind. Therefore, Hind doesn't get half here. Why? Because of who? Because of Aliyah. I'm stressing this because this can get confusing at times. So if there is a higher warith than her, someone who's a direct descendant, who is a male, she doesn't inherit anything. If there's a direct descendant who is a male, khalas, she doesn't even come into the equation. However, if there's a higher direct descendant who is a female, then she can still inherit as long as they're one. Like in this situation, she's going to get sudus, as we're going to see inshallah. She's not totally out of the picture. Sorry to confuse you, lakin, she's not totally out of the picture. She still stays in the picture because of Aliyah. So Aliyah gets her half and she gets a sudus that we're going to see in a minute inshallah. Any questions on this one? Adam far'i warith a'la minha. Go on. No, Hind is a daughter. She's the daughter of someone. Say that again. Yeah, she's from the bloodline of Ali. She's from the bloodline of Ali. Taban Aliyah can never be her mother. Why? No. Ali's children don't come into the inheritance. Huh? Ali's children don't come into the inheritance. Right. So in this surah, what does Bint Ibn here get? Nisf. Excellent. What about here? She's blocked. Excellent. Here? Sudus. She gets what? She gets sudus, but she doesn't get half. Here, does she get half? Why not? No, someone on the same level of her, on her same level as hers, who takes her away from that half. طيب. أخت شقيقة. Let's go a bit further. طيب. How many conditions does the أخت شقيقة inherit with? By the way, just do this to make it easier. 2 conditions, 3 conditions, 4. طيب. What's the first condition for أخت شقيقة? Surah Al-Mas'ala, a man dies and he leaves behind a full sister. We want to know, does she inherit, does she not inherit? What does she inherit? What are the conditions? First condition is what? Adam al-musharaka, whichever way you say it. Adam al-musharaka. There can't be a sister of hers. There can't be a sister of hers, a full sister of hers. There can't be a full sister of hers. So, مثلا, we have أخت شقيقة here. أخ, that's the one who's died. Her أخ شقيق, he's the person that's passed away. There's no other أخت شقيقة. There's no other أخت شقيقة. That is the first condition. Okay? If she leaves behind, or he leaves behind أخت لأب, أخت لأب, does she get half? Does she fulfill this condition? نعم. Why? Because the musharaka is أخت شقيقة. Put it in brackets just to make it easy for you. When you're talking about the أخت شقيقة, when you're saying عدم المشاركة, it means عدم المشاركة يعني أخت شقيقة. يعني أخت شقيقة. طيب. That's the first condition. The second condition is what? عدم المعصب. عدم المعصب literally means a brother of hers. No cousin business. That cousin stuff only works with daughters. Daughters of sons. Here, what we're referring to is a brother of hers. So for example, أخ شقيق, he passes away. He leaves behind أخت. لا. He leaves behind أخت شقيقة. صح? He leaves behind أخت شقيقة. If there's a أخ شقيق along with her, مثلا, their father only gave birth to these three. The mother, obviously, the father only had these three. طيب, أخ شقيق, 21st century. أخ شقيق passes away. He leaves behind a full brother of his and a full sister of his. This is the individual that is being referred to here. So you can literally put أخ شقيق. Who does this exclude? When I say أخ شقيق, who does it exclude? Excellent. So even if there is an أخ لأب, she still does inherit half. She's still on course. So far with these conditions, she's on course to inherit what? To inherit nisf. So the only one that can take her away from that as a mu'assib is the أخ شقيق. طيب. The third condition was what? Just like that? عدم فرع وارث. نعم. عدم فرع وارث. That could be bint or ibn. Ibn or bint. Ibn or bint. In brackets. Ibn. Bint. Right. So there's no child of the deceased. Huh? نعم. But we don't need to say ibn because they come under فرع وارث. طيب. If it is ibn, مثلا, if there's أخت شقيقة and ibn, she can never come into the equation. Remember a few minutes ago we studied that the فرع وارث أعلى, the one that's a higher descendant, a direct child, if it is a son, he blocks the daughter, doesn't he? The daughter of the son. Likewise here, if there's a أخت شقيقة and there's a son, يعني her nephew, the son of the deceased, then the أخت شقيقة gets nothing. Is that understood? However, if there's a bint, she'll get something. We'll study that later on. So the third condition is what? There's no child of the deceased. There is a fourth condition, isn't it? Adam al-asl. عدم الأصل من الذكور, that there can't be أصل, a father or grandfather, من الذكور. Why do we have to say من الذكور? Because if it's a female, she's still on course to get half. طيب, a surah that fulfills all of these conditions. Or you give me a surah that fulfills all of these conditions. Sisters, someone give me a surah or a situation where, a scenario where all of these conditions are fulfilled. نعم. أخت شقيقة. She gets half here. There's no musharaka, there's no sister of hers. There's no mu'assib, there's no brother of hers. There's no far' warith, there's no child of the deceased, and there's no father or grandfather or great grandfather. طيب إخواني, another surah. عم, جدة, تعاون على البر والتقوى, قال أخ لأم, طيب أخ لأب. You're not going to mention أخت شقيقة at all, huh? أخت شقيقة. أخت شقيقة. طيب, what does she get here? Nis. That right there is playing around with inheritance. That's what you've just done. Yani, when we started, you wouldn't have been able to make that. But lakin, mashallah, that shows that you know who inherits and who doesn't inherit. طيب. The shaqiqa, she gets a what? A nisf here. Why would she get 2/3? Huh? Go on, why would she get 2/3? Maybe, no, I'm telling you, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something out. Why would she? أخ لأبناء. Go back to the conditions, خلاص. خلاص. Just go back to the conditions. Go back to the conditions. All of these fulfill the conditions. طيب. Is that understood? طيب. Yeah. This one. Who? أخ. There is no أخ لأب. That was أخ لأم. Even if it is huh? أخت لأب. طيب. But what was even if it is أخ لأب, what? No, he'll get باقي. لا, he's he'll get باقي because he's closer than the father, than the عم. The cousin for the bint, yeah. The cousin is a mu'assib, نعم. The cousin is a mu'assib. The أخت عنده. No, it's not border. No, with أخت شقيقة, if there's a cousin of hers, he's a asaba. He becomes from the asaba, and he's not. It is not a must that he inherits. Not for the ukht, no. The cousin, that is, huh? Cousin, no. Say that again. That's right. Yeah, the bint al-ibn, the musharaka and mu'asib. Yeah, what about it? Or did you mean the bint?
Why does the cousin not also count as a mu'asib?
Because the ukht shaqiqa will be sahibatu fard. She will take her fard when her brother passes away. The cousin of his cousin is going to be from the asaba. And the qa'idah is that you give ashabul furud their right before giving it to the asaba. Here, who's closer to the deceased? The deceased, his full sister or his cousin? No. Whereas the mu'assib, the brother, that's his sister. That's why he takes a daughter over from half. As for the cousin, you can't say who's closer because he's just as closer to his grandfather than his cousin is to her grandfather. So what do you want to do? Bring her cousin into it, the ukht shaqiqa. صاحبة الفرد لكن the deceased, the person that's passed away, Zayd. Ali passes away. Ahmed passes away. Like, Ahmed leaves behind a daughter called Hind. He leaves behind a daughter called Zainab. صح؟ طيب. Zayd is the one that passes away today. Is Hind close? No, I needed the boy here. Ahmed. Is Hind closer to Zayd, her grandfather, than Ahmed? لا. Is Ahmed closer to Zayd, their grandfather, than the daughter? No. The relationship between the children that are left, their cousins, not cousin of the deceased. His cousin is Asaba. He will never come into it when these people are there. جزاك الله خير. طيب. For the last one, أخت شقيقة, I'm only going to add one condition. Because the أخت شقيقة, she shares these conditions with her. Minus, obviously, the أخت شقيقة. صح? Minus these brackets. Leave this bracket out and leave this bracket out. Other than that, they share the exact same conditions. She shares another condition though. What is that? لا, not عدم المشاركة. أخت شقيقة. عدم أخت صح؟ Go back to the conditions. You're confused. Huh? هنا صح. No أخت شقيقة of the deceased. عدم أخت شقيقة. A full sister of the deceased. So all of these conditions that we've already studied for أخت شقيقة, plus the أخت شقيقة herself, she can't be there. It's like they exchange positions. So if the أخت شقيقة is there, she doesn't get half. If the أخت شقيقة is not there, she gets half. صورة المسألة مثلا give me a صورة. جدة أخ لأب. All of the conditions are fulfilled here. There's no musharaka, there's no sister of hers. But musharaka here would be أخت لأب, another أخت لأب. So there's no أخت لأب. Is that understood? There's no other أخت لأب. You with me on? طيب. So there can't be that. There can't be a mu'assib. There can't be أخ لأب. If there is أخ لأب, he turns her into what? He takes her away from taking half of the inheritance. طيب. And there's no what? There's no ibn. And there's no what? Ab. Or bint as well, yeah. And there's no ab. So because there's no ab, none of these are there. And there's no what? أخت شقيقة. Let me put أخت شقيقة here. There's no أخت شقيقة. So that's one condition, two conditions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how the 5 conditions are fulfilled. So based on that, there's only a jadda and ukht ab. So what does she get here? She gets half. She gets half. And we'll stop on that note, inshallah. We'll pray maghrib and then we'll resume after salah. طيب. So what we've done, alhamdulillah, we've completed half. Everyone who's entitled to half, we've taken them. And we've taken all of the conditions related to them. Now we're going to move on to thuluthan. Thuluthan, the only people that inherit with thuluthan, 2/3 are women. So there's no zawj or anyone else in here. Only women. And we shall see their conditions, inshallah. We shall see their conditions. Right. So there are 4 people that inherit 2/3. Obviously not all together at the same time, like if certain conditions are met. And they are the people that used to inherit half. The bint is the very first one, okay? With how many conditions, Lakin? 2. If you can find the third one, we'll take that as well. Right. So for the bint to inherit thuluthan, there can't be a what? Adab al-mu'assib. Adab al-mu'assib is who? Her brother. The second condition is what? وجود أخت شقيقة مثلا. لها أخت شقيقة ده. وجود أختها أو وجود مشاركة. Even if you say وجود أخت, that's صحيح as well, eh? طيب. Who had the third condition? طيب. At the moment, we only know 2. Inshallah, that's a good bid'ah that you're bringing about. طيب. For the bint to inherit 2/3, the first condition is the same as when she was inheriting half. لكن وجود المشاركة before it was عدم المشاركة, now it's wujud, so there has to be a sister of hers and there have to be 2 or more. So an example of that is bint. Okay, is there a brother along with them? No. Is there 2 of them? Yes. In this scenario, they get what? Thuluthan, because it fulfills the conditions. What about bint and ibn? What condition is missing? Both are missing. There's not another sister of hers. There's no other sister of hers, and at the same time, there's a mu'assib. So here she doesn't get thuluthan. طيب. نعم. Who can give me a surah, a mas'ala that fulfills these 2 conditions with more than just the 2 banat? Bint, ab. Excellent. Bint, ab. Right? Both conditions are fulfilled. There's no brother of theirs, and there's musharaka. There's 2 or more. There's 2 or more. Another surah, sisters. Bint, أخت شقيقة. Excellent. أخت شقيقة. What does she get here, the bint? The bintan? They get what? ثلثان. Why is that? نعم. عدم المعصب and عدم وجود المشاركة. There's 2 of them. Excellent. So that is the first person that inherits 2/3. The second is what? Bint al-ibn. Bint al-ibn. And how many conditions are there? 3. The first is what? Build upon what is written on the board already. عدم المعصب. وجود مشاركة. عدم وجود فرع وارث أعلى. Let's just put أعلى for now. طيب. These 3 conditions. So عدم المعصب for the bint al-ibn, who comes under that? Ibn. He'll be ibn as well, her cousin. Her brother, say her brother or her first cousin. Her brother or her first cousin. طيب. Her brother or her first cousin. What about وجود المشاركة? Think for a second. Sister or? sister or first cousin. صحيح. مثلا زيد علي Ahmed. These are his two sons. Zayd leaves behind Ahmed and Ali. Right? Leave this for now. Ali passes away, Ahmed passes away. Ali leaves behind a daughter called Zainab. And he leaves behind another daughter called Hind. Hind and Zainab, what is the relationship between them? Sisters. And it's their grandfather, obviously, that's passed away. Right? What do they get? What are they entitled to? Thuluthan. Why? Because there's two of them. Okay. So this musharaka could be, we're talking about Hind, but it could be Zainab in this scenario, or it could be Ahmed has another daughter. Give me a woman name. Huh? Salma? Salma. Salma. Salma is actually no. Naam. Salma. طيب. So Salma now, what is the relationship between Hind and Salma? First cousins. What is Hind? What is the title of Hind? Not names, I'm saying the title. Bint al-Ibn. What? Naam, Bint al-Ibn, because she's the son of Ahmed. What about Hind? Bint Ibn. So when we're talking about musharaka, these two come into it as well. Remember when we were talking about Bint Ibn, her cousin? This is technically her cousin as well. Hind is not closer to Zayd than Salma, is she? Right. So that comes under al-musharaka. And the third condition is what? There can't be a person who inherits who's higher than them. A person who inherits who's higher than them. If it is a male, if it is a son that is higher than them, do they inherit anything or does she inherit anything? La. What about if there's a daughter higher than her? They get something. مثلا leave sudus for now. Bint Ibn Jadda. What does Bint Ibn get here? Nothing. She's blocked. طيب. Put a bint there. Is she blocked? No. But does she get half? Does she get thuluthan? No. These two, yes, they are women, but they're not on the same level. Take it as a qaida. For any two women to inherit thuluthan together, they need to be on the same level. طيب. On the same level. Who can give me an example of these three conditions being fulfilled? Sisters? Bint, Ibn, Am, أخت شقيقة. طيب what does خلاص? What should we give her? نصف صح لكن we're on ثلثان. We're on ثلثان. خلاص put another one there. بنت ابن. خلاص بنت ابن. صح, you're right. You're right. That fulfills the conditions. So these two get what? 2/3. If there's two of them and there's a bint, would they even inherit? Who has the answer? So they're not going to get thuluthan, that's for sure. Isn't it? طيب. Put your hand up if you know. Put your hand up if you know. Hold on. I said put your hand if you know. I didn't say shout out the answer. Like, put your hand up if you know. Put your hand up if you know. Say that again. That's you. طيب. Ubayd. He'll share sudus. Why? No. Okay, that's something that we're going to study soon, inshallah. طيب. So the bint ibn, how many conditions are there? Like, who comes under mu'asib? The first condition? Her brother. Musharaka? Has to be more than one sister or her first cousin. Like, from the father's side, obviously. And the third is what? There can't be a higher descendant upon them, above them. There can't be a higher descendant طيب. أخت شقيقة is the next person that inherits. نعم. In reality, I should have put بنتان ابن أختان شقيقتان أختان لأب. That makes it a bit easier. Although we will still have to study the conditions. طيب, the first condition is what? عدم المعصب. There can't be a brother of hers. So there can't be another أخ شقيق. There can't be another أخ شقيق. Because أخ شقيق, men are عصبة. Men other than the zawj, the ibn, and the father, other than them, the grandfather, they don't have a specified portion, excluding your half brother from your mother's side. So your cousin, your uncle, the sons of your uncle, all of them don't get a specific portion. So عدم المعصب. Second condition, وجود مشاركة. طيب. Third condition, fourth condition, عدم الأصل من الذكور. So these are the four conditions. There can't be a brother of hers. If there's a brother of hers, she does inherit, but she just doesn't inherit what? A fard, a thuluth, or a thuluthan, or a nisf. وجود المشاركة. وجود المشاركة. There has to be a sister of hers. A sister of hers. Meaning what? أخت شقيقة. أخت شقيقة. What about her cousin that is on the same level as hers? Huh? Why not? Huh? Okay, put that to one side. They're not even like mentioned in there. Like that's going to be amma, عفوا. It's like the amma. She doesn't come into it. مثلا your first cousin, your brother dies, your first cousin doesn't come, your female first cousin doesn't come into the inheritance of your brother. طيب, so that is وجود مشاركة, يعني أخت شقيقة. عدم فرع وارث. There can't be a descendant of the deceased. Okay? Whether it's male or female. Like with male, she's what? Totally blocked. With female, نعم, she becomes from the asaba. But like she doesn't inherit 2/3, nor does she inherit nisf. طيب. The last condition, there can't be a father or a grandfather. صحيح. There can't be an asl, a male asl. If there's a mother, obviously it's different. Who can give me a surah, ikhwani, of all of these conditions being fulfilled for the ukh shaqiqa? Sisters? Seems like all of you have knocked off. Brothers and sisters. Ukh shaqiqa. Ukht shaqiqa again. Excellent. Ukht and What do these two people get? Excellent. Thuluthan. طيب. Thuluthan. And the ukht li'ab. We haven't studied Hajj yet. طيب. خلاص. We put it to one side for now. We put it to one side. خلاص. So far, how many people have we studied? 3 people that get Thuluthan. 3 people that get Thuluthan. طيب. What do you think the conditions for the ukht li'ab are? All of them, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one being what? Adam وجود أخت شقيقة. عدم وجود أخت شقيقة. The only thing that you would take away is that which is in brackets here. So her مشاركة would be what? أخت لأب. أخت لأب. So just move all of these conditions over here. There can't be a brother of hers, and a brother of hers will be called this. أخ لأب. So there can't be أخ لأب. Right? There has to be a musharaka. So there has to be two of them. Has to be two of them. Adam Far'i Warith, there can't be a child here. There can't be Masib and there can't be an Ibn here. That's the Far'i Warith. And there can't be a what? A Ab here. So these are all of the four conditions. One condition, two conditions, three conditions, and that's the fourth condition. The last condition is what? Ukh shaqiqa. There's no ukh shaqiqa. There's no ukh shaqiqa. These conditions, they're just as they are. You just have to memorize them as they are. You have to memorize them as they are. Lakin the more you do masail, like you've been doing with the homework and with that, you'll realize that you'll automatically take people out of the equation when you see people that shouldn't be there. For example, when you see akh li ab and you see ukht li ab, you know automatically she's not going to get what? Half, and she's not going to get what? Thuluthan, because that takes it out. That's not that the conditions are not fulfilled. So these are the people that get ashab al-furud, those that get thuluthan. Do you want to take a picture of it before we move on to the last one? Bint am. Like Arabs, they just say bint am. عمومة. أبناء العمومة. كذا. أبناء العمومة. بنت عم, ابن عم. That's cousin. طيب. Can I rub this out? خلاص. On that note, we finished what? أصحابه ثلثان. وقل رب زدني